August 9, 1999. Moscow, the Kremlin. Boris Yeltsin spoke the name of one man, Vladimir Putin. To most Russians, he was unknown. A former officer of the Soviet intelligence agency, the KGB. Expressionless, enigmatic. At the time, many believed he would prove to be a short-lived prime minister. They were wrong. From that moment, the world began to change. October 7, 1952. Leningrad, a city still bearing the scars of war. His father was a factory worker. The family lived in a single room. He grew up in the harsh conditions of post-war life. Of his youth, shaped by a keen awareness of power, he would later say, "If you're weak, you get beaten." That conviction became the foundation of everything. In 1975, he joined the KGB. He later recalled that his ambition to work in intelligence had taken root in his early years. After domestic assignments, in 1985, he was posted to Dresden, East Germany, the front lines of the Cold War. He spent roughly 5 years there. Information generates power. Human weakness becomes a weapon. That experience would prove to be one of the defining forces behind his philosophy of governance. Late December 1991. Gorbachev resigned. The Soviet Union dissolved. Countless officials lost their positions. A nation ceased to exist. But Putin did not waver. As chairman of St. Petersburg's Committee for External Relations, he seized control of dealings with foreign capital. Quietly, methodically, he built his networks. Chaos is opportunity. He understood that instinctively. December 31st, 1999. New Year's Eve. Yeltsin turned to face the cameras. "I am resigning." For the Russian public, it was an unexpected announcement. Yet throughout 1999, the groundwork for Putin's succession had been steadily laid. Putin's expression did not change. Only his eyes moved. History keeps its silence. March 26, 2000. Putin was elected president, with approximately 53% of the vote. On May 7th, he was formally inaugurated. At the same time, election monitoring organizations pointed to bias in state media and the exercise of influence by those in power. He moved quickly. While maintaining the formal structures of democratic elections, he oversaw a shift toward a system that concentrated real authority within the presidential administration. This was the core of his strategy. In the early 2000s, the consolidation of power advanced in stages. Pressure on independent media intensified, and on national television, state influence became decisive. Oligarchs who resisted were arrested and brought to heel. The election of regional governors was abolished, and their power absorbed. After the economic crises and security breakdowns of the 1990s, a growing share of the electorate had come to value stability and order above all else. His approval ratings held at high levels for years. Putin read that demand precisely. February 24, 2022. The world held its breath. Putin gave the order. Advance. Much military analysis suggests Russia likely anticipated a swift resolution. Instead, the war dragged on. Sweeping sanctions and diplomatic backlash followed, led by Western nations. The sanctions struck hard at finance and access to technology. Yet, Russia demonstrated a degree of resilience by redirecting its energy exports. Across the world, positions toward Russia diverged sharply. Some researchers continue to ask the question whether a worldview shaped in the KGB years may have continued to influence his judgment. In February 2024, his most prominent political rival died in prison. In March of that same year, a presidential election was held. Putin declared victory in a 5th term. But the freedom and fairness of that election drew sharp criticism from within Russia and beyond. Roughly 30% of the national budget was directed toward military spending. The state has taken on the shape of a wartime regime. Putin's story is not yet over, but there is something to be learned from it. Power built on fear does not last. What appears to be strength can conceal a deeper fragility. History always calls things back into question. And so I leave you with this. What is power, truly? Where does history draw the line between a hero and a dictator? Fear and trust. Which one gives rise to a power that endures? I want to hear what you think. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for staying with me until the end. Here at Blueprint of Giants, we unearth the blueprints of rulers, entrepreneurs, and the giants who moved history. The moments of their decisions, the depth of their struggles, the lessons that transcend time. Delivered as documentary. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss the next giant's story. Until next time.